Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Christmas 2023, the album, Dad, Shimmy Shimmy AF, A Country Christmas. It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels. Beast! How are you guys doing today? So, I was trying to decide what song I was going to sing for my intro today. And so, hold on just a second. I was listening to Honky Tonk Angels. Loretta Lynn, Dolly Parton, Tammy Wynette. If you guys have never heard this album before, this is one of the most fantastic albums in the entire world. I love this song so much, so much. Years and years and years ago, I was going on a road trip, and one of my good GDs, this is like, I mean, this is back in the CD era. Listen, I'm from the 8-track era, okay? It was the 8-track, then it was the cassette tapes. Am I missing something? It was the Betamax, then it was the VCR tapes, then it was whatever, the DVDs, and the Blu-rays, and the streaming. Listen, I go all the way back, okay? I was the 8-track. I used to have this little robot-looking thing, okay, that I would put out in my driveway to the Xanadu soundtrack, and I would roller skate, and it was this little robot thing. I think I still have it down in my basement somewhere, and you put an 8-track in it, okay? I also had Donna Summer, Hot Stuff. Oh my god, I love that album so much. Anyway, and I would roller skate and do, like, roller skating routines and things like that, but I was from the 8-track era, okay? And then it was, oh no, then it was the 45 era, which was the little small albums, which I still have a ton of those. Then it was the album era. Well, the album era was the 45 era. The 45 era and the album era came before the 8-track era. Then the 8-track era, then the cassette tape era, and then the CD era, and then it was the LimeWire era. Do y'all remember the LimeWire era? When y'all were getting your music illegally? What was it before that? That guy, what was his name? Napster or something like that? Was that him that before that he got in all that trouble and you download your music and you get on that LimeWire thing? Do you remember all that? I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I'm a good citizen. I don't know about all you. So anyway, I was listening to this and I was like, okay, let's see what the next song is because I don't think nobody's going to know. It wasn't God who made honky tonk angels. I love this song so much. Oh, anyway, so my good GD back in the day about 10 years ago, I know it was probably, well, it was when I was with my ex, like the second year I was with my ex, so that would have been 2002, something like that. So we were going on a road trip, and my good GD, he made a CD to me that was called Country Divas. Had like Kitty Wells, Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, Dolly Parton, had all the good ones from back in the day. Oh, there, oh my God. Those of you out there that don't know Kitty Wells and you think you know country music, let me tell you, you are missing out, okay? Old Kitty Wells, she came before Patsy Cline, okay? Crazy. Which, by the way, Sweet Dreams with Jessica Lange is probably one of my favorite movies of life, with a close second being Coal Miner's Daughter with Miss Sissy Spacek. Okay, I love that movie. So, Sissy Spacek, I could do no wrong. I love her. Sissy Spacek and Jessica Lange are probably my two favorite actresses of life. And I mean, long before Coven and the Witches and all that kind of stuff, okay? I love that movie so much, Crimes of the Heart. Have you ever seen that with Jessica Lange where she plays the estranged sister that comes home, she's constantly picking at her hair? Did you ever see that? Ah! Oh my god, I love that movie so much. Crimes of a Heart with Babe. Oh my god, I love that movie so much. But anyway, so yeah, so my friend made me, okay, so he made me that CD years and years and years ago. But anyway, I was trying to figure out what song I was going to sing, and I was like, ain't nobody gonna know the Honky Tonk Angels. So let's go on to the next song, and it was Who Do You Love by Deborah Cox. I have, I swear to God, no less than 15 mixes in my iTunes library. Now, this is the Junior Vadquez Tribal Beats mix. How many mixes of Deborah Cox's Who Do You Love do you need? I mean, I used to go out to the club, I did, and I'd be like, who do you love? Or what? That's not how it goes. Who do you love? Anyway, we would walk in. What was that other song by Deborah Cox back in the day? Oh my god, I would walk in the club. I thought I ran that club. Speaking of running clubs, I gotta have a little Diet Coke here for a second. Now, y'all know, listen, I didn't think I was gonna make no videos today. I didn't. No, I didn't. True story. I didn't think I was gonna make no videos. So many people are like, okay, this is starting to become part of Peter's intro that he said he wasn't gonna make no videos. I was gonna make no videos today. Where's the Southern coming out today? I was talking to my good Judy that's from Southern Indiana, my sober Judy today that's from Southern Indiana. She got me going with the Southern accent today. So anyway, hey, how are you? But anyway, so I got this new Diet Coke Tervis cup. I thought it was just so perfect for me. I love the Tervis cups anyway, so I got it off the Amazon. I'm not linking it or anything like that. I don't need to make that kind of money off this Tervis cup. Y'all can go look it up on Amazon. It's fantastic, though. I love it. I thought it was perfect for my Diet Cokes that I drink out here on my front porch. So anyway, speaking of going to clubs and things like that, my husband and I last night, part of the reason why I took yesterday off for filming any videos, I couldn't stop myself, though. Like, when we got home from Cousin Fun Day yesterday, I had to do a haul. So I did a Trader Joe's, Costco, and then I got a box from Amazon. Oh, I think it was this, actually. So, I did a haul, Amazon, Costco, and Trader Joe's, all kinds of Christmas stuff from Trader Joe's I'm going to review on my review channel. I did that haul on my Peter Does Stuff channel, but then I didn't film on any of my other channels because I went to Cousin Fun Day yesterday with my cousin Caroline. And, hey, Cousin Caroline. It was so funny. So, anyway, we went to this thing last night, and this girl comes up to me, and she goes, oh, my God, I love you. And I go, oh, thank you. She goes, I saw Cousin Caroline. I'm like, Cousin Caroline thinks she's a celebrity now or something. Planes going overhead, don't you know? I'm pouring a Diet Coke. I'm trying to make a video. Seriously, I'm a movie star, don't you know? But anyway, I bet Julia Roberts don't have to deal with this kind of crap, you know, when she's trying to film and things like that. Planes flying overhead, Deborah Cox, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so, then, we were going to this thing last night, and so, hold on a second. It was the Restoration Hardware Gallery. It wasn't a store. I think when I put it online, people thought it was like a store. So what it is Restoration Hardware is opening these galleries. I don't really understand it. My husband was like, they just opened one in Italy. There's one in Chicago. I think there's one like in somewhere outside of San Francisco or something like that. There's like 4 of them in the world, right? And they buy these like huge estates or something like that, and then they put these like basically like these showrooms in there. So when you walk in, it's like an entire house. It's like for interior decorators and designers and contractors and things like that, right? So there was this woman here in Indianapolis. She was a huge philanthropist, and her name was Crystal DeHaan, and she passed away not too long ago. It was tragic. It was very sad. And Crystal DeHaan did amazing work around the world and in Indianapolis and things like that. And I actually had the honor of meeting her a few times because she actually worked with some recovery things here in Indianapolis that I also worked with as well. So I had met her a few times, and she passed away. So she lived in this house. Y'all, now I've never been to this house before, okay? It was on, gated, locked. You ain't never seen nothing like this before, okay? It was like 5 miles from the gate, from the road, to get to the house, okay? I mean, there was like statued artwork all the way up leading to the house. Then you get to the house, it was almost 42,000, it was 41-something thousand square feet, this house, okay? That's not to mention the side houses, the pool houses. It was just the main house is 41,000 square feet, right? So anyway, Alex and I went together, and then my cousin Caroline and I went, and she took her friend, and then Alex's friend went, and she took a friend, and so the 6 of us all went together, and then we saw a bunch of people there last night, and it was so much fun. I saw people I hadn't seen in like 15 years. I used to go out to the clubs back in the day, and people were like, oh my God, it's so great to see you, and everybody was like, I watch all your videos and stuff. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that many people around here knew that I even made YouTube videos. But anyway, what was so surprising to me was that I posted some pictures up on the Instagram last night, and people were so nice. They were like, oh my God, skinny legend and all this kind of stuff, right? But there were a couple people that were like, Peter, I've never seen you without a hat on before. Oh my God, look at this stylish outfit that you have on. You're so styling. I wore like a button-down white collared shirt, but I buttoned it all the way on the top. And then I wore this black sweater, this like form-fitting sweater, and I pulled the sleeves way out long. You know, very like Chanel. And then I wore these like, these slimming blue pants with these new shoes that I got from Untamed Street. Oh my God, listen, I was living my best life last night. I thought I lived in that house. I did, but we had such a good time. It was so much fun. So anyway, thank you guys so much that watched or looked at my Instagram, and we're looking at the Instagram stories about our time last night. We had such a blast. It was so much fun. So yeah, my friend Tawny Jean, because I invited her too, and she was like, no, she didn't want to go. She had too much stuff going on. And so people are like, how did you get invited to this thing? Listen, girl, connections. Alex and I have been going out in Indianapolis for 15 years, okay? We know everybody that runs everything in this town. So anyway, we always get invited to this kind of stuff. I just don't usually go. But I was like, no, I'm going to this because I want to see this house. But anyway, Tawny Jean, so yesterday we went, my cousin Caroline and I went to brunch with our family friend that was like best friends with her mom and her dad, and really good friends with my mom and dad as well, was like in the room when my mom passed away and things like that, she and her husband. So we went out to brunch with her yesterday. And Tanya Jean called me last night and she goes, "My lord, you're trying to get awfully social, aren't you?" And she goes, "First you went out to dinner with, or out to brunch," and she was like, and then she goes, "You go to this event last night," and she was like, "and you dressed up and everything." She's like, "You're trying to be so social." I was like, "Listen, Tanya Jean, you got to invite too, so don't even ask." She's like, "I know." She's like, that. Anyway, listen, it wasn't a recovery kind of thing. They had martini bars. They had an Irish coffee bar at this thing last night. And then all the food was like, they did at the very end have like mini cinnamon donuts and things like that they were passing around. You know, this is how it is at these things though, right? Like everybody's bouging it up and talking to all the bougie people and things like that. I'm like, literally, I'm sitting there, like, this is me, like, you know, I'm talking to the people that are serving the food, and I'm like, "It's been a long night for you, hasn't it?" And they're like, "Oh my God, it's been so long." And I'm like, "What's your name?" And they're like they're telling me their name, and I'm like, "I'm Peter." And they're like, "Oh, thank you for coming." I'm like, "Well, thank you for having me. Do you live in the house?" And they're like laughing and stuff like that. We had such a good time. But anyway, I got to see some of my friends. By the way, shout out to my friend Susan. It was so good to see my friend Susan last night. We sat and talked for a good hour last night. We shared some trade secrets. It was fun. I miss my friend Susan. I hadn't seen her in a long time. So Susan, if you're watching this, we're going to go out and have lunch real soon. So anyway, got home late last night and caught up on RuPaul's Drag Race UK. I'm completely caught up now. And I didn't eat anything at this thing last night because they had like sushi, crab cakes, and things like that. It was all like fishy kind of food and meat and things like that. They had these mini like sliders that were like pretzel buns, but in the middle of them, they had like tenderloin. I mean, none of it was anything that I could eat except for these cinnamon things at the end. Oh, but every car was valet parked, and so when we were waiting out there for Alex's car to come, we were standing out there, and on a silver tray, they brought us hot chocolate. I was like, "Oh, I'm living for this. Okay, hot chocolate, cozy mystery up at the mansion right here. Listen, I'm living my good life right here with some hot chocolate. First thing I could have tonight. Couldn't find me a Diet Coke, couldn't find me a water, couldn't find nothing. They had the martinis flowing last night, but listen, I couldn't find me a Diet Coke in that place last night. When they handed me that hot chocolate, I was like down in that stuff, okay? Like it was the last water on the earth. But anyway, well, that's so cute, hot chocolate. So I got home last night. Alex went like right to bed. And so I watched an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, and then I ate some of my dips. I'm like so into the dips right now from Costco. I keep on buying all these dips. By the way, yesterday in my haul video, I showed that I got this, this is where people come to my video, and they're like, "Get to the drama, you're not talking about, girl." Listen, okay? I'm gonna appropriately say it. If you're one of them people that are telling me to get into the video, get fucked, okay? Seriously, like, this is not what this channel is about. This channel is about God didn't make honky tonk. Wait, listen, this is about that kind of stuff, okay? This is about Diet Cokes. Oh, by the way, I need some lip gloss. This is about the lip gloss. This is about all this kind of stuff. This ain't about the drama, okay? Listen, I'm a candle review company all day long. Trust, I am a candle review company, okay? I am not a drama channel, okay? They've been trying to put that title on me for 7 years. I am not a drama channel. I don't got no receipts. Nothing. None of it, Whitney. I ain't got the receipts, Whitney. I don't know none of it, okay? I'm a talk channel is what I am. I'm a talking shit channel is what I am. So anyway, let me have a little bit of this Diet Coke in my new glass. Cheers. Okay, so caught up on RuPaul's Drag Race UK last night. Watched the final episode. Ate my dips. I'm so into the dips right now. Oh, by the way, that's what I was going to say. I did, in my haul, I showed this feta cheese dip that I got from Costco. Oh, chef's kiss with these sweet potato corn chips, corn crackers. I love them so much. So anyway, got those. Well, I wanted to watch Survivor and Amazing Race last night. I was so excited, especially when I talked to my good... I stepped in the house and Tanya Jean was like texting me, "Did you have a good time?" I said, "Girl, let me get changed in my pajamas and then let me call you." So I called her and had a cup of coffee. Of course, she was asking me everything. I said, "Girl, why didn't you just go?" She was like, "Oh, I was just too tired. I had too much going on." I said, "Tanya Jean, you would have had a good time last night." So anyway, we would have had so much fun lurking through that mansion. We would have been like detectives on a cozy mystery in that mansion. But anyway, so I got off the phone with Tanya Jean, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna lay down for just a half an hour. You know, at this point it's like 12:30. I was like, I think I'm gonna lay down for just a half an hour, and I'm gonna and then I talked to Jean, then I watched my show. I was like, I'm gonna lay down for just like, this is like kind of like a vlog. If you like this, but like a little bit slower paced, watch my vlog channel. So I was like, I'm gonna lay down for like a half an hour, and I went upstairs, and I was like, if I lay down for half an hour, I set my alarm for this morning, because I was like, I know I'm out for the night, right? Well, true story, I was out for the night. Didn't watch no Survivor, didn't watch no Amazing Race. I was so pissed, okay? But I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it tonight. So anyway, there's a couple stories I want to talk about. Now, first of all, I want to talk about this Joey Graceffa and the secrets of the escape the night that he's put out. Oh my Lord, did you see this video? Oh God. Woo! I thought it couldn't get any spookier and any weirder. That mystery, oh my God, the Haunted Mansion, oh my God, of Escape the Night that Joey Graceffa, he did. He came out and he told all the secrets, the truth of Escape the Night. He came out and told all the truth about it. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. But then I also want to give a belated happy birthday to Mr. Jeffree Star. Happy birthday, Jeffree. How are you? Now, I was looking, and when you can see the units sold on TikTok, I saw somebody posted this. I think it might have been Rich Lux or somebody like that. I don't remember who, but somebody posted something and it showed the units sold, and it said that like Jeffree Star had sold like, I don't know, like 400 or 200, and James Charles had like sold out, basically. So the war of the pallets, okay, is that apparently Jeffree Star ain't selling no pallets anymore. I don't really know why he would, okay, when it's basically just the same kind of recycled colors in a different cardboard pallet. I don't know why everybody needs that for $62, because he's now, like, because, you know, the economy is horrible right now. And he apparently uppriced everything. He cares about his audience, right? So anyway, but it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Jeffree Star. Now, see, I can say this today because it ain't your birthday no more, okay? So I can say whatever I want to say. But he did this, like he was on TikTok Live or something. I mean, if it was my birthday and I had as much money as Jeffree Star and I could go anywhere in the world, I know that where I would want to spend my birthday is on TikTok Live, okay? Battling it out with somebody. Two Strong Arms or whatever this guy is. Have y'all seen this video clip? Because Shane Dawson's in the background. He's got all these people and he's doing a TikTok Live. I think it's nice that Shane Dawson could fly in for his birthday. But anyway, Shane Dawson looks so uncomfortable at this birthday thing, okay? He looks so uncomfortable being next to his best friend. I mean, listen, okay? If my good Judy Tawny Jean had her birthday party and I was sitting right next to her, because, you know, they claim to be best friends, right? Like brothers. If I was at my good Judy Tawny Jean's birthday party and Tawny Jean was on a TikTok Live, I'd be like, girl, first of all, you need to fuck them TikTok people, okay? You need to get off that TikTok and we need to whoop it up, okay? You need to get off that. Like Vicky Gundelson said, we need to whoop it up. You need to get off that TikTok, okay? Shane Dawson's just sitting there like in a coat like this. Like, girl, like what is going on, okay? I am like, you look so uncomfortable. Have you stepped out of the house in 2 years? Like, what is going on, okay? I don't even leave my front porch very often, and I know how to act in public. He's just like so uncomfortable at his best friend's birthday party. Don't you know when your best friend throws a birthday party for themselves, it's basically your birthday party too because you're their best friend, okay? That's the true story all day long, okay? It's like you're the maid of honor at a wedding, okay? It's basically your wedding, too, okay? If your best friend is having a birthday party, you don't sit there and look all uncomfortable and things like that. This is where people are going to come for me. They're going to be like, well, Shane Dawson this and Shane Dawson that. Shane Dawson goes out in public enough places. He can go up into the TJ Maxx and he can, you know, scrap through some pallets to make up for a video conspiracy and whatever. He can act normal at his best friend's birthday party, okay? But nonetheless, this was so weird to me to watch this. Okay, so Jeffree Star, you know, is getting famous for doing these battles on TikTok where I heard allegedly he is tipping himself money. I don't know if this is true. I just heard this through the grapevine. That he is tipping himself money from Jeffree Star Cosmetics to make it look like he's making more money than he is or something like that. But anyway, this clip that I saw, I think it was from Marva John. So thank you, John, for the clip. Eugenia Cooney is like tipping him like a plane or something like that. They're going crazy over a buffalo or a plane. I don't know what it is. I thought I was playing that buffalo slot machine. I thought I was like that. They're like going crazy. Apparently this is worth a lot of money, all this kind of stuff. But anyway, he said something at one point. He says something about she tips him some huge amount of money and he goes, oh, I'm going to come. And I'm like, oh, what, girl? Oh, this is like Glitter Forever 21 or whatever her name was. Glitter Forever 17. What was her name? Breland? Is she still around? Is that Breland girl still around? She doing the OF these days, or is she back doing, what was she doing back in the day? Full facials on her face. Weirdness. It's Glitter Forever. She's still around. Glitter. Breland. Glitter for me is kind of like, who's that gal? Whenever I say her name, people always say, I used to call her, why can't I think of her name? She's the one that always came for Trisha Paytas when Trisha would do her mukbang videos. And she would say, Trisha, there's 5,000 calories in that whipped cream. And Trisha would be like, this whipped cream is so good. What was her name? Why can't I think of her name? I called her her banana chips and her boyfriend something raisin. Do you remember her? She was like a vegan channel. And then now she's the ASMR. Do you know what I'm talking about? Why can I not? Somebody, it starts with an F, I think. Somebody put her name in the comment section below. But Breland's kind of like her, like lost in the never sphere. Like, what happened to Breland? Is she still around? The last time I covered Breland, she was doing a full Thanksgiving spread. Nudity on her OnlyFans. I mean, she had turkeys, and it was like the Last Supper of the OnlyFans. It was so weird. She had costumes and all kinds of stuff. She's still doing that kind of stuff over there? Okay, so anyway, or she testing condoms on her main channel? She was doing that too. I don't know nothing about Breland these days, okay? But when I heard Jeffree Star say in his video he was about to come off this bonus that he got on his thing, I was like, oh... This reminds me of covering old Breland back in the day when she'd say she'd go have bargasms. Do you remember that on the YouNow when you could tip people? Do you remember that on the YouNow? I only use YouNow for my True Crime Book Club because you can guest a lot of people at the same time and I don't want to have to get a server and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, back in the day, YouNow was where it was at. People would get in fights and all. If they didn't like you, they'd send their people all into your chat and all that kind of stuff. Do you remember that? YouNow is done. It's done. I mean, come for me, YouNow. Kick me off your platform. I don't really care, okay? Because I'll just find another platform for our True Crime Book Club. Mel and I can figure out Twitch or something, okay? But YouNow is done, okay? You are so done. They, at one point, that place had me streaming like 6 days a week. They're like, oh, no, you got to stream like 6 days a week. And I was doing it, too, ruining my marriage at the same time. My husband would come home from work and I'd be like, I got to go on a live stream. My husband would be like, again? Didn't you just film 15 videos today? I'd be like, I know, but I got to go on this live stream for YouNow. YouNow, you are done, YouNow. Okay, you just need to shut down. Is anybody even on YouNow anymore? I mean, we're there for our True Crime Book Club and 30 people attend, but other than that, is there anybody on YouNow anymore? But back in the day, YouNow was where it was at, okay? I mean, YouNow was like Twitch and like the TikTok. I mean, YouNow was where it was at, okay? Well, you could tip people things when they were live streaming. I went crazy one night because I made $1,000. No, oh my God, I was crying on the, I was crying on the YouNow and all kinds of things. I couldn't believe it. I made $1,000 in tips. But I didn't say I was having no bargasms. Somebody will fact check that video and I'll probably, because I probably had talked about glitter, and they'll probably say something that they'll say, oh yes, you did, because I probably said in that video referencing glitter, like, oh my God, I'm having a bargasm or something. But anyway, maybe I did. I don't know. But glitter back in the day, she'd be like this. She'd be like, oh my God, bargasm and stuff. It was so weird. You remember glitter? She talked about the poo-sows and the boobaliciouses and all that kind of stuff. Girl, off the rails, okay? So anyway, when I was watching this last night, I was like, is Jeffree Star the new glitter? Are we going to see Christmas Day Last Supper spreads with him all spread eagle out on the OnlyFans? Is that what's next for Jeffree Star because he can't sell none of his makeup? And now he's, you know, close to 40 and he's battling it out with 20-year-olds on the TikTok for tips from Eugenie Cooney. Are we just keeping that circle running over there? Is that what they do? They just kiss each other's ass? Okay, Eugenie Cooney sends Jeffree Star money. Jeffree Star sends Eugenie Cooney money. She sends him money. He sends her money. Then he has her out to the ranch for 3 days. It's stuff. What? It's so weird, right? By the way, this is what I love about Jeffree Star when people want to get all worried about his drama and things like that, because he always puts his stuff out there, but there's never any follow-through with the drama, right? Like, people are still talking about Jaclyn Hill to this day, and they're like, do you remember when Jaclyn Hill said that it was like right after the Kim Kardashian, like, kidnapping thing, and somebody was trying to get Jaclyn, and she came out and talked about it, but she never spoke of it again? I don't know nothing about that, okay? I don't know. I won't speak on it. I don't know nothing about that, okay? But Jeffree Star is the king of coming out with drama and then never talking about it. Wasn't there somebody on his... Did he talk about this? Wasn't there somebody when Eugenie Cooney was at his house that was trying to break in and get both of them or something like that? I don't know why. I'm just imagining like the Hamburglar outside trying to get old Eugenie Cooney and Jeffree Star in their house, and they're like, what? We're TikTok battling right now. And there's the Hamburglar looking in through the window. Why is that the visualization that I have with all this foolishness of the world? Anyway, Jeffree Star brings up all this drama to sell palettes. We know that's what it is, okay? Jeffree Star, listen, you're a boring turd, okay? Your drama is done. It's as done as you and you now, okay? You and you now and Glitter Forever 17 need to go find yourself out in some boring turd pasture. You're done, okay? You're done. Nobody cares about you no more, okay? You're done. You're as done as me saying I ain't gonna film no videos every single day. It's over. It's done. You're boring, girl, okay? You're boring. And you're on your birthday, girl. On your birthday. And you are doing a live stream, girl. on TikTok battling it out to sell some balance, girl. With all that money you have, that is where your focus is. That's how you want to spend your birthday. You are surrounded by your closest friends, and you are on a TikTok battle, girl. No, ma'am. No, Now, I won't say what I would rather be doing on my birthday, because the last time I said that about Miss Rosanna Pansino about Vegas, I got eaten alive. And then Rosanna Pansino turned around and she went to Las Vegas. And how many apologies did I get for that? One. From somebody that didn't even say it. And she said, Peter, I wasn't even one of them people that said it, but I just want to apologize on your behalf because you were right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. Anyway, I'm done talking about that Jeffree Star bullshit. He is so boring. He is the most boringest turd in the entire world. Okay. Now let's talk about this Joey Graceffa Escape the Night thing. Ooh! Joey Graceffa gonna come out. He's gonna make a Escape the Night movie, girl. Let me guess what it's gonna be called. Escape the Night the movie. You are so creative, girl. Okay? Done. Do you remember when Joey Graceffa, who has built his channel off of these dogs that he has, when there are millions and millions of dogs out there that need adopting because they are found in inhumane conditions and things like that, and shelters are overpacked and dogs are being euthanized because there's no place to keep them, and people called out Joey Graceffa and Daniel Prada for breeding their dog and nobody said anything about it? Well, I have to tell you right now, I got a new breed of haters out there, okay? A new breed of haters that are coming for me on the whole Joey Graceffa thing and putting out misinformation about my accident and throwing my accident in my face. Yes, that's where you go when you're a Joey Graceffa protector, okay? So when you all want to say how nice Joey Graceffa is, that's the fan group that he has right there. That's the fan group that Colleen Ballinger has out there, that they put misinformation out there, okay, about somebody's accident is what they do, okay? Which, by the way, is libel and slander. So, I just want to make that very, very clear. Okay, so anyway, Joey Graceffa, and I'll just tell you right now, the harder you come for me, the harder I'm going to come for Joey Graceffa, because I think that he's, to be honest with you, I think he's a piece of shit that he's never come out and talked about Colleen Ballinger. People are like, well, why should he come out and talk about Colleen Ballinger? Y'all want us to come out and talk about drama channels that we have never even met in our lives or talked to in DMs and things like that? Okay, you want us to have an opinion about it, but Joey Graceffa was best friends with Colleen Ballinger, did like 60 to 100 videos with her, had her on his show. That don't know that she's not going to be in the movie. Don't know that. Would put money into that project. Okay, but you don't think that he should come out and talk about why he unfollowed her? Oh, and then turn around and had Manny MUA and JoJo Siwa in videos that he did. Manny MUA, who came out and defended Colleen Ballinger and has never retracted that statement. JoJo Siwa, who defended Colleen Ballinger in the Howie Mandel podcast, never spoke of that again, shamed the victims. Joey Graceffa did two videos did a video with each of them. And he was Colleen Ballinger's closest friend, which seems like the allies are sticking together of Colleen Ballinger. And you don't think maybe Joey Graceffa should come out and speak so that we as an audience or his audience knows where he stands about the allegations of Colleen Ballinger? Okay. Well, you guys make excuses for all kinds of things in the world. Don't ever come for me. Don't. Don't come for me at all. And say these people don't ever have to speak. I don't have to speak on shit then. Don't ever. Okay? Because whenever people want to demand stuff from me or say, well, this is what you need to do, or you shouldn't support this person, or you shouldn't talk, don't. No, I'm never going to address it for you people out there, okay? For my audience, they don't demand that, all right? But for the rest of you people that get so butthurt and out of shape about the fact that I come and I tell truths on your favorite people, and then you demand that I do things. Oh, somebody say something like, oh, I'm making this up, but Diet Coke supports so-and-so, so you gotta stop drinking Diet Coke, okay? But you're making up excuses for Joey Graceffa. No, I'll drink my Diet Coke, thank you very much. No. Y'all can you can get effed with that attitude, okay? That you expect more out of somebody reporting on it than somebody that's actually living it. You can get effed with that attitude. Now, to the rest of my 99.9% of my audience out there, I love you, baby. How are you doing today? Okay, this is going to stop in just a second. Oh, no, I got a whole minute left. So anyway, Joey Graceffa comes out, and first of all, he comes out with, hold on a second, I had it all tuned up. Now it's all out. Joey Graceffa. He comes out with these two videos. The first one is the Escape the Night, the movie promo. The movie promo, okay? Now, this has been out for 2 weeks now. It is sitting at 259,000 views. Now, apparently, okay, on his next video that he put, oh, wait, blind dating and guys based, 6 guys based on their Halloween costumes. Manny MUA with a shocked Shane Dawson face. Oh, wait, JoJo Siwa plays which woman is secretly a lesbian. Oh, this is going to stop. Hold on a second. These are good videos. Which of these men is secretly gay? Test your gaydar. 1985 wants your sense of reality back, Joey Graceffa, okay? Oh, JoJo Siwa blind dates 6 girls by outfits. What are you turning your channel into? Is this Maury Povich and DNA testing? I'm confused, okay? And obviously, so is your audience who don't want none of this escape the night thing, okay? Because when you look at JoJo Siwa blind dates 6 girls by outfits, it's sitting at 773,000 views. The Escape the Night promo, 259,000 views. His most recent video, which is 2 days ago, The Truth About Escape the Night, is sitting at 114,000 views. Girl, there are drama channels out there that, not me, okay, but I have. There are drama channels out there that, listen, we're just been around for a while that are getting more views than you talk about The Truth About Escape the Night. You know, that tells you, doesn't nobody care about Escape the Night, okay? Nobody cares about the series. Nobody cares about the movie. He doesn't come out and talk about nothing. Now, they have been dogging YouTube, Red, and YouTube, all this kind of stuff left and right. He basically gets in this video and kisses YouTube's ass, okay? He don't come out and say anything about YouTube, wouldn't let him have this cast, or I thought that's what it was going to be. No, girl. It's more promo for his video. He's doing this Indigo fundraiser. He's trying to raise, I don't know, it's, well, however much money he raises is what kind of movie it'll be, right? Explain to me this, okay? Ponder me this question. Why is Joey Graceffa worth so much money that he ain't willing to... How much money... You have not come out yet, Joey, and said how much money of your own you're putting into this project of your own. You're putting... How much of your own project are you putting into this, okay? Don't come to me and say... Listen, when I review shit on my review channel, I buy that shit, okay? I think I've maybe gotten that Orco vest that was donated and said it was donated to me, and maybe one other thing, that dog bed. Other than that, everything I have ever reviewed on that channel, okay, I ain't asking for donations to review shit. I'm buying that shit, okay? So you can't put in a little bit of your own coin into this, which I think he probably did, but ain't coming out and saying it, because they've raised so much money for this. Who is donating? You can't even get nobody to watch the videos, girl. Who is begging for this movie that's going to show what? At AMC, girl. Is this a prank, girl? Joey Graceffa, is this a prank? You can't even get 120,000 people to go watch the video about The Truth About Escape the Night. You can't even get 300,000 people, okay, to, that's not called a soft launch, okay? That's called a fail, all right? I'm telling you right now, and I'm being completely objective and honest about this, Shane Dawson has hinted this horror movie out for the last 4 or 5 years, right? That he's gonna do this horror movie. Now, I don't think that Shane Dawson is that entirely talented. I don't think that he is, okay? I also don't think it takes a lot of talent to make a low-budget, fun horror movie. If Shane Dawson were to get in and write some simple script, okay, that he could do on his farm in Colorado with he and Ryland and Morgan and his brother and Chris could film the whole thing, and Ryland's family could be in there, and Shane's mom could make an appearance and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know, call it Family Freak Show or something, and everybody in the family, I'm just coming up with this off the top of my ass, right? And everybody in the family, then I don't know, maybe they were some traveling freak show from back in the day and all this kind of stuff, and, you know, maybe, you know, Ryland's dad, you know, is the bearded woman or something, and his mom's a lizard lady or something, you know, all that kind of stuff from back in the day, like in the 30s and the 40s, like that TV show Carnival on HBO and all that kind of stuff. You know, and then they all come together, and then somebody's killing all of them because they're trying to kill the last living. I just came up with a damn good horror movie. Shane Dawson, you can have that. You don't even need to credit with me with that. But when you don't, I sure will come out and say you didn't credit me with it. You know? But anyway, and they could do the whole thing on the farm. And it could be like, you know, I don't know, like this Halloween get-together for the freak family, and somebody's trying to kill them off one by one. He could film that. I'm telling you right now, if he filmed that, Shane, and put it up on his main channel, and that low budget, he'd have to put what? Maybe $5,000 into that, if that. Shane Dawson would get easily, okay, easily 5 to 10 million views off that. People have been waiting for that movie for years. People love Ryland's family. People love all the interactions with that. People they would live for that, okay? Would it get 30 million views? Probably not. But Shane's videos are getting 1 to 3 million views right now. A movie like that, a full feature movie on his channel, would probably get 5 or 10 million views. Probably more than that over a period of time. If I was Shane Dawson and I was watching this shit go down with Escape the Night, I'd be like, oh no, ma'am, I'm gonna show you up. I'm coming out with the Shane Dawson horror movie. And we're gonna film it ourselves over a weekend. We don't need to ask our fans for a bunch of money. We're gonna put all of our people together, all of our friends and family. We're gonna film a movie over a whole weekend, have a fun time doing it, okay? Have it be low budget, and watch, I'm gonna blow your ass out of the water with your stupid ass tarot card ideas, okay? But Joey Graceffa has to make some huge deal off this, and he's trying to get tons and tons of money. But the people that are donating the money, they ain't gonna make none of the money. You're gonna make the money, Joey Graceffa. So basically, this is no better than a GoFundMe for your personal pocket, so that these people can pay you so you can do something that you want to do. Girl, you're already worth millions of dollars. Why don't you put that money out there into your own damn project? Why don't you fund that own project? I'd have more respect for that. Okay, you're talking about how you can't do this. Well, now we're finding out that he didn't really fund a lot of it. That YouTube funded most of it, is what we're finding out. Joey Graceffa, what'd you do? Put all your money in them crystals and those dogs? Fraud. You're a fraud, okay? And then, and I know the Januals are going to come for me. I don't, listen, y'all, okay? You Januals out there, they're not together anymore. They never were. It was a fake relationship, okay? You guys are holding on to something that, it's just like, it kills me, right? It's like when I see these videos of people that have built their entire careers off of people that, like, I don't know, okay, like, I've seen a lot of these couples that have been together, and they built, like, their TikTok careers or their YouTube careers off of being in a relationship together, like that Chris Olsen and Ian Paget. Y'all remember them? Okay. And then they break up, and they have to apologize to their audience, because their audience is like, my life is over. I no longer believe in love because you guys didn't make it. How many people y'all know that are divorced and broken up? It happens every day. You think marriage and relationships are easy? They're not, okay? They're not easy. My husband and I have been in marriage counseling for years. Our marriage is the best it's ever been. It takes a lot of fucking work. One of the reasons why I vowed when I got on video and I was going to share the real tea about my marriage and going to marriage counseling and how difficult marriage is, and that it's worth it in the end. The work you put into it is worth it, okay? It's because I don't want to be one of them fakety couples like Joey Graceffa and Daniel Prada that have a relationship and got my boyfriend off of Model Mayhem because he looked good in my coming out video of being a prince in the woods, okay? And then got to hold on to him for 2 to 5 years and probably allegedly pay him some amount of money and make him a producer of Escape the Night so he can live in a Hollywood Hills house for the rest of his life and act like he's living off of modeling contracts for who's hiring him when he ain't got no views on his Instagram anyway, okay? And still doing dog videos and picking out your next boyfriend. Girl, it's weird, okay? I've been knowing, listen, for years. Trisha Paytas told me years ago about all them fake relationships and YouTube. You mean to start listing them? No, I'm not going to do that today, but I know you are fake, okay? Fake all day long. Who is stopping in front of my house? Who is this person right here? I do not know you. You need to keep on driving. Fake, okay? Why don't you come out and address something real in your life? Oh, no, I can't. It's too private. I can't. What's too private? You don't have no problem having JoJo Siwa in there. That must mean that you side with JoJo Siwa's stance about the victims. You got Manny in there defending Colleen Ballinger. You won't come out with talk about Colleen Ballinger, but you got no problem having Manny MUA, Colleen Ballinger's protector. Don't say he's not. He came out in the podcast and said he feels sorry for her and has never retracted that statement. JoJo Siwa got in a podcast and said that the victims were lying, okay? That you can take a lie and you can run with it, okay? And Joey Graceffa is putting them in her video, putting them in his videos. Shane Dawson, I'd come out with that movie. I'd come out with a trilogy of movies, okay? And put Joey Graceffa in his face. I already know you don't like Joey Graceffa, girl. I know who likes people and who don't like people in Hollywood. Y'all been telling me this for years who you don't like, okay? Now, Shane Dawson never told me that, but I heard that from somebody else who they like and who they don't like. Shane Dawson never said he didn't like Joey Graceffa, but somebody else told me that Shane Dawson don't like Joey Graceffa. But Shane Dawson don't like nobody. He don't like me. He didn't like me when he even was acting like he liked me. So anyway, so there's that. I'm bored with this Escape the Night bullshit. Okay, first of all, you're asking people to put money in a movie that they don't know what the script is about or who you're casting in it. And then you're acting like, ooh, this is what's so spooky. You get to pick the cast. No, we don't get to pick the cast. You get to pick the cast. And then you're going to act like we're the ones that picked it. So when you throw people up there like James Charles to get the views, you'll go with the audience picked it when he comes out with some other scandal. But let's get into that since James Charles is allegedly in another scandal. Okay. Listen, I woke up to all these DMs and people want me to talk about this new allegation with James Charles. So, I don't think it is any surprise that I have come out and talked a lot about James Charles, the allegations that came out years ago, the Holding Myself Accountable video, the open conversation video that he did, and then his Cosmopolitan article where he said he was still doing the same things, okay? I don't think that is any surprise. One of the things, and I just said this in my video the other day, that we learned in the drama community, okay, or I hope that we did, was it is important to stick to the facts, all right? I watch this guy's TikTok, and he's coming out and saying a bunch of stuff about James Charles. I'm not getting into the weeds of it. Y'all can go look at it and find it. It's all over the internet right now, okay? So there's this guy that came out and alleges that he was 16, he was talking to James Charles, and it was inappropriate, okay? And that James Charles blocked him as soon as he found out what his age was and all this kind of stuff, but then added him on, I don't know. Anyway, he talked to him, then he added him on Snapchat, all this kind of stuff. The thing is, here's the deal. It's very reminiscent to me of, okay, when James Charles, when all the allegations came out at the beginning, there was like a flood of fake allegations, okay? There were all these fake allegations that started coming out where people were saying this and people were saying that, and people would say, well, I don't have any screenshots of it, but listen, I know what happened, you're gonna have to believe me. Or, I know what went down, and if you don't wanna believe me, you don't have to believe me, blah, blah, blah. Well, this whole culture was built, okay, around believing the victim, which I think is important, okay? So, all these people were like, oh, well, we should believe these people. Well, then it came out that these people, these alleged victims, weren't telling the truth. That there was no factual evidence, there was no receipts, they had nothing to back it up, they were just coming out and making up these stories, right? Well, that's what James Charles used to lean on, okay, when he came out in his open conversation video and said there were all these fake lies made up about me, all these people. Well, there were actually 2 underage people that he apologized to and said were victims, okay? That was true. They have come out and shared their stories, and James Charles addressed them. There have also been multiple, over the age of 18, heterosexual men that have come out and talked about how James Charles tried to coerce them into believing that they were bicurious, okay? That has been factually proven too. So the fact is this, is that for me, it's walking a very fine line. I don't really care to talk about a situation unless somebody can prove with factual evidence in a situation like James Charles, because my fear is, and I'm not discrediting him, I'm not taking away his story, I'm saying it's not true, I'm not saying that, I'm saying this is the kind of thing that James Charles would lean on back in the day, and so I think without screenshots, factual evidence, and things like that, I think we have to continue to stick to what is out there and what is proven. And that's where I stand with it today. Because I think that alone is enough. You know, I think that's enough. You know, the sentiment at the end of his thing was, well, I don't know, you guys need to do something about this, like not follow him anymore or whatever. And I'm like, okay, or you could follow through since, you know, whatever, but he has no factual evidence to it, so we're just going to believe him, which I'm not saying that I don't, okay? What I'm saying is, in a situation with James Charles, where James Charles is going to go to the extreme, if this came out, what James Charles would say is, there's no factual evidence, there's no receipts, he has no receipts of our conversation, I never said these things, and whatever, okay? It creates a dangerous situation where James Charles, in the past, okay, like with Colleen Ballinger, there is factual evidence of conversations. You can see the conversations, you can see what she said in text messages and group chats, on and on and on. You can see what her friend Corey said, you can see what the other people said. There's factual evidence that is irrefutable, okay? But James Charles has leaned on these people saying these things, which I'm not entirely sure that he didn't put some of those out there himself, okay? So that he had an excuse to lean on and say, which, you know, is scary, you know, that he may have done that to then be able to say, well, there's enough fake allegations out there, don't believe the true ones. Well, James, you already came out there and admitted to 2 of them. You already came out there and apologized to the victims. The victims of who, James Charles? Do you forget that you made that video? So, for me, 2 victims is enough. You know, and the fact that he's still talking about today that, I mean, the conversation, what this guy showed was very consistent of what James Charles has done in the past. You know, is it believable? 100%. You know, I'm not discrediting his story. I'm not saying I don't believe him. I want to make that very, very clear. What I'm saying is, I think factual evidence in a situation with James Charles is important, because James Charles is somebody that is going to lean on the lack of factual evidence and say it never happened. That's what he did before, and he will do it again. So, just want to make that clear. Because a lot of people are asking me to talk about this, and that's why I'm not going to make some, you know, huge video and show the clip and all that kind of stuff. Now, if he would come out and he would say, well, I do have receipts of it, because, you know, he showed where he, like, talked to him and stuff, but he didn't show any of the conversation. So people are going to say, like, the only thing he showed was where James Charles said age check with a question mark. After that, we saw no conversation. So I don't know what that conversation was. Maybe he said he was 16 and James Charles stopped talking to him then. I don't know why he wouldn't show the rest of the conversation. I'm not going to speculate on that, okay? All I'm saying is, this lack of evidence is the kind of thing James Charles has leaned on in the past and used as an excuse, okay? Used it in the Cosmopolitan article just this year, saying that that was why, that, you know, people, that there was no truth to it. And then also used the fact that people had come to him and apologized for lying to him about his age and things like that, which really shouldn't be the point, right? But he said that they lied to him and they apologized to him. And I think when Cosmopolitan reached out to him, they told Cosmopolitan that they had apologized to James Charles. And I don't know how they would have got those names except for James Charles. And then James Charles came out and said that, you know, a drama channel talking about Death Noodles, because Death Noodles was the one that was listing all these people back in the day, and that he was the one that came up with all these fake allegations. And that's the excuse that James Charles has used to get out of all this. There were so many fake allegations. Well, what about the true ones, James? You want to come out and address the true ones? The ones that there is factual evidence on? The victims that you apologize to? So, yeah, so, but just wanted to cover that because so many people were asking me what I thought about that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that a story isn't true. I'm not saying anything about it. I just think with a situation like James Charles, there has to be factual evidence to go forward and go further with that story. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. It wasn't God who made home. I just love sitting on my front porch singing country music, drinking a Diet Coke, don't you? I mean, this is the thing that dreams are made of. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.